Good evening, Wildcats. I am Zathras, and I'm here tonight with the Admiral, and we are back with ACU Hearthstone.
Yes, the spring semester season, first match of the season. We're off to an exciting start.
Apparently, this camera just can't focus on me today. So, yeah, it's an exciting new tournament. They're actually about to kick things off. We have a brand new expansion. It looks like they're getting ready to load in. I think we're just seeing bans right now.
All right.
It looks like ACU is banning out their mage, and they are banning ACU's warlock. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I don't actually have a list. I'll see if I can gain that in the middle here of what decks they are bringing. But that means tonight ACU is going to be bringing an OTK Shaman, a Libram Paladin, and a Thief Rogue. So that is what you can expect from the ACU lineup tonight. And that's what we can look forward to seeing. So new expansion. How much have you gotten a chance to dive into it?
Not a lot. But for some of the cards that I have seen are pretty interesting.
I lied. This isn't ban phase. Apparently, they've already banned because they are playing this out. So let's go in and actually watch them. One of the things that confused me, I'm going to be perfectly honest, right off the bat here, is Maestra of the Masquerade. So one of the cards being played often in Thief Rogue is Maestra of the Masquerade. And so what it does is it pretends to be a different class. It pretends, in this case, they are pretending to be a mage until they play a rogue card. That gives them the mage hero power. They got to use the mage hero power. If they play a wand thief, that will not trigger it, I believe, because it's still a mage card. They got lucky with it being mage here. Now the opponents almost certainly realize that this is the rogue because they have the deck list and they know that mage is not on our deck list.
Of course.
And it's possible that they're freaking out right now and being like, "You guys are cheating." But hopefully they've seen that. So we've got Thief Rogue going against your classic. Been here for 6 months. Quest/hand warlock is what we see going on.
Yes.
So Thief Rogue plays into its big thing is generating spells from other classes. One of the really cool things that's going on here is because they haven't played any rogue cards yet. Cards in their hand that aren't rogue cards can count. So like these wand thieves, they count as mage cards right now, and therefore will actually reduce the cost of these wild pawn gnolls, even though they are also rogue cards.
Okay, yeah. So besides getting out those gnolls, what is the rogue deck here looking to do first?
And they got to be careful here. If they swindle or if they coin swindle, they're going to lose the ability to play the gnolls because of things. They're really Thief Rogue is kind of a weird thing where there's not like OTK Shaman or Demon Hunter where there's like an end goal or even Warlock where there's this is my path to victory. They generate a lot of value in along the way. So and then look at these.
Here those gnolls are free
gnolls. Oh, on turn 4, 2 free gnolls. And now you can see that they're a rogue again.
Yes.
But they generate so much value by holding class cards. So you got like Double Agent here that summons an extra copy if they're holding a card from another class, which they are going to most of the time. And those things just build upon themselves, and the value that they get from the other things, like no game is the same. It's always different.
Definitely.
So ACU playing against the Carleton Ravens tonight. And that is a Carleton with an L, not Carleton Ravens. There was a slight typo by some guy. There you go. Carleton Ravens. I don't know what where Carleton is. At Carleton University? Do you know anything about Carleton University?
I'm not positive.
Well, I'm sure they're a university somewhere because otherwise they couldn't play in this tournament. Still getting going here. We see the Shadowblade Slinger, one of the newer additions to the Warlock recipe here. They're constantly dealing damage to themselves, and those allow them to take advantage of that. They're going to want to clear those off.
Yeah.
I say that. There's no way for them to pop them back to their hand. So if the raised dead, actually, if they do clear them off, then they I was like, I know that I've had like 4 of those played against me in one game.
Yeah, raised dead can be very annoying.
All right. So we see the Blackwater Cutlass traded, which reduces the cost of a spell. That's probably not the spell they were looking to hit, but
No, I don't think so.
I do kind of like the Shadow Step here on these double agents because generate 3 double agents. He really wants those gone.
Yeah. So, knowing what kind of goes on with Warlocks, using that 3 damage there to get rid of the creature with 1 health, is there anything better that could be useful for, or is the threat of those high enough that you want to go ahead and use that?
Say that one more time.
Yeah, so already forgot the name of the card. What was it? SI7 Extortion? Yeah, it deals 3 damage. Is there anything in the Warlock deck? I don't remember exactly what the deck list that the opposing team is using. But is there anything that you kind of want to make sure you have that removal for, or is the threat of those 2 ones high enough there? I don't.
I don't think there's anything you care about holding onto that 3/4. I think these devolving missiles need a good target. That 6/6 is actually not a bad one, especially because that means that you can't. It pulls it from the raised dead pool.
Okay.
So getting a devolving missiles off and putting something garbage in a raised dead pool is even better. Yep. Now they're in danger territory here. The Warlock has already dropped down to below 10 cards, which means their scavengers are free. They've got the bristleback things that will deal damage with lifesteal. Okay, so they're going to drop the Edwin here and hope that they can play the cards that come out. They do get 1 out, which is going to give them a little bit of a buff here. But there's not going to be much else that they can do here. Ideally, at this point, we would have liked to see the Warlock a little lower in their health total.
Yes. It is unfortunate that they had to spend so many resources.
Now, if they do stack up here, putting a handful of scavengers or other things out, the Shadow Crafter Scabs has some potential. I mean, it does mean that you're going to get a double play on these on the 3/3. But I think they have to do it. Ideally, you'd have liked them to stock up a little more before you do it so you can burn some of the items that would have gone back in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't play scabs here, they're in trouble. That said, unfortunately, playing scabs here um, doesn't help a whole lot because it's going to
Yeah.
return these to their hand, and they're just going to play them again.
It does buy some time, but it's not necessarily what they're looking for here.
So scabs, ideally, you want to be able to send back a big, expensive board and burn as much of it as you can. Scab's hero ability, you may have noticed, has changed. It is now a zero-cost hero power that will reduce the cost of your next card by 2.
Very useful for getting some extra value here.
None of these are super great options.
No.
The performer is the advantage of it is having some taunts that you're gonna put in the way. You get the rush and then you get the taunts. So they are gonna soul rend.
Interesting.
They're looking to burn themselves down to get quest completion through fatigue.
Okay, 2 flesh giants.
Yeah, this is a rough board here. I'm not sure what. Let's see, what do they have? Devolving missiles is actually a great play here because it will. That could have been better.
Yeah,
That could have been so much better. Ouch. Like, I would like a reroll on that, please.
Yeah, that is not. No, fortunate. There's nothing really here that they're getting.
So I think what they're looking for is how many cards have they played this turn. So they've done 3 cards. They're seeing what they can get done with Prize Plunderer. So this will deal 3 damage, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to Shadow Step it, and that will deal 5 damage on its next play. So they can get rid of the big thing that generates armor.
Then they can
do it again and get rid of the 6/6 as well. No, they can play something else so they can get rid of the other 8/8.
Okay, so now they have.
All right, so they've got the 2 taunts in the way, which is nice.
Okay, that's.
Left in their deck, they have 2 Blackwater Cutlasses, an SI7 Extortion, so that would clear off the 6/3 if it's still around.
Yeah.
But like they're talking about dealing with things on the board, not actually generating anything that's going to win them a game.
Exactly.
I'm not sure how. I can't see the win condition here. It's going to take them too long to burn through this 33 health.
So they did
Yep.
get one of those flesh giants back from the raised dead.
Yeah, and I think this is where all of the tricks in the world aren't going to pull them out of this particular.
Unfortunately, it does look like that might be the case. So, with the recon,
The reconnaissance.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what death rattle minion could save them? If I go back a couple expansions to Mechathune, that has the potential for winning them.
Okay.
But that's not in the current meta, or that's not in the current standard play.
Yeah.
Other death rattle things. So a Dark Moon Tonk is not it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad as far as things go, but I don't think it's going to do the trick tonight.
Especially when they're almost already dead. Okay, so they have hit fatigue. The second ray's dead.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just waiting for the.
And there it is.
Yeah, I mean, as one expects to lose by Warlock, is being hit in the face via Wind Fury, because that's what you expect, right? If you're playing
totally.
against
Yeah.
Warlock, them having Wind Fury and being able to attack,
Yeah, that's just standard Warlock stuff.
yeah, that's how it's done. So we see the Warlock win coming in for the. I just realized I haven't actually updated all of my little picture things.
So do we missed the banning? Do we know what they banned?
I don't know what they banned or what classes are even around at the moment. I do know that they won with Warlock, so
we don't have to deal with that again. So
yep. All right, we're going into round 2 here. ACU actually has a rogue, not a shaman, a paladin, and a warlock. So we're playing the rogue again.
Okay.
But it's pretending to be the shaman on the list, clearly.
yes.
Right. So we've got a demon hunter here, probably a fell demon hunter. Going to be generating fell spells, pulling out Kane, what's his face, who does all your fell spells again.
Yeah.
We don't see the quest coming out, so it's probably not. It's probably not quest. It's unlikely you would hero power swing if you were doing quest. All right. Oh, look, we're a rogue. Everyone's surprised. Get a Warsong Envoy. Not necessarily exciting. But what it does is that Warsong Envoy has an unwritten text. It says, reduce the cost of Wildpaw Knoll by 1. Doesn't look like it says that, but that's what it says.
It's just not written on the card.
Technically, they could swash Burglar. Oh, yeah. Pull out the Wand Thief.
Let's see.
So Arcane Brilliance was out. Yeah, I think Conjure Mana Biscuit is the right choice here.
I think
Coin
so
out
too.
the Knoll. I think go ahead, get some value early on. Move it along.
Get a bit of a board state.
Meanwhile, I've got more cards in my hand, not from my class, than I do. I have from my class.
As you do with a Masquerade Rogue.
As you do with a Masquerade Rogue. So the Carleton team. I mean, we haven't seen. So what did we even see last turn? We just seen hero power attack, right?
Yes, that's all we have seen so far.
I wonder. So knowing their deck lists right now. I wonder if maybe like this is a big demon hunter that was popular for a while. The idea of big demon hunter is you survive up to a point and then you generate big swing turns with big minions on the board. Okay, no, we're gonna Fell Screen Blast, kill some things, and heal all the damage we did. That's cool. I didn't need that damage.
Yeah, so if it's not quest,
So it's probably it's almost certainly Fell Demon Hunter.
oh, that's
Sorry,
right.
I'm trying to. There we go. I found the Carleton Ravens deck
Did you?
lists.
Awesome.
All right, so this is a Fell. In fact, the name that they have for this deck in their thing is Fell. So this is a Fell Demon Hunter.
Lovely. So what does the ACU team have to look out for and be wary of here, knowing that?
Fell Demon Hunter is good at clearing boards. So you've got things like you just saw there with the words are not helping me tonight. The Fell Screen Blast and the so they're good at clearing is what they do. And so the idea is that they are able to clear things off. It's almost a control type deck that generates value long term through the use of Jace Darkweaver. You get a massive. Ideally, they're going to set things up so that Jace comes in and just destroys the board. Okay, Greybow here. That is actually kind of a cool pull. You don't typically plan to play against Greybow or something like this. They are not running any of the outcast silences, so Greybow is not a terrible choice. In fact, I kind of like Greybow Mana Biscuit Double Agent. That gives the Greybow with Taunt and then 2 additional minions that the Death Rattle can fall on. The only way to purge Greybow is to kill all of the things at once, or kill the thing that has the Death Rattle when it's the only minion on board.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mana Biscuit. Okay, so they're going to man the cannons, and
to get
the frenzy. That's actually a pretty good idea.
That does make sense. Actually,
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, proccing the frenzy on that's very useful.
Now that puts it really. So Fell Barrage, Chaos Strike, even a buffed Immolation Aura. No, just a single Immolation Aura, because that's 2 damage. It deals damage twice. He's got plenty of options to clear off that 5/2, but he has to spend resources to do so. What we don't want to see here is something like a Fell Barrage and then a Chaos Blast, Chaos Leech, which would get rid of the Greybow buff. We would like to see Greybow survive, or survive either in parasitic form or regular form until he can get the double agent down. So we see the Chaos Leash there, and then a swing on the Greybow.
Which isn't going to kill it. Well, they do still have...
Oh, you're right. It will not kill it. But
there
there's
we
the Fell
go.
Screen Blast to do so. But that was a lot of resources
That was.
to navigate that. Unfortunately, all of those resources are just now in the Jace Darkweaver pool.
Yeah.
And this double agent is a single agent. Because they played out the war song last time, I really think the double agent might have been the better play. Because by playing the war song, they got rid of their extra card from another class, making the double agent not double anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And
Playing that feels kind of bad.
it does. But the Wicked Stab doesn't feel great either. So I deal 5 damage to you. Okay. At least we're generating something that you have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot of... There aren't a whole lot of minions that are going to be valuable here. Or that are going to see the value. I say that, never mind. Shadowcrafter Scabs looks a lot better now. Do you go ahead and Wicked Stab, swing, or do you? Well, no, because you can't do that.
Yeah.
You'll take 7 damage to the face, which doesn't feel happy.
Does not feel good. Because I think the only other alternative here is to...
So if he scabs, then he's going to get 2 of it's going to take 2 turns to put those back out.
Mm-hmm.
If he swings in and then scabs, that gets rid of 1 permanently, and then he would have to spend 6 to put another 7/4 rush down, but he just does it.
Okay.
But you'll have a response with your stealth minions.
Yeah. Okay. But that is one of them.
I almost wonder if they should have... No, they didn't have the coin to. That's right. Because they can reduce the cost of Blackwater Cutlass, but not the actual trade value. Trade cost. Okay,
Yes.
Immolation Aura will clear those off.
Okay.
Okay. Prep was not what they wanted to see.
No.
So let's trade and find something I do want to see.
It's also not what you want to see.
Let's trade and see if I can get something else.
Oh,
there's
that's...
a knoll that he can destroy on his next turn.
That's... Yeah, it's something.
It is something. You're right. You're right. How pessimistic of me. He got something on the board. Good job.
We're doing good.
Golf clap. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, then. So, yeah, here comes the rush to take out the 4/5. Oh, we're all so surprised. So we do see the new hero for the Demon Hunter here.
Yes.
Kurtrus the Ashfallen or something like that. Kurtrus Demon Renter. So his special hero power is it gives him +2 attack. If a minion attacks, then he can refresh it. So
Nice.
if he's got lots of things that can attack, he can make himself do a lot more damage. Fell Barrage feels like yep. That felt very much like, Jace is about to come out.
Yep, just throw it out there.
And I think that's actually going to be game, because we're going to see 2
think
of those.
so.
We're going to get, plus $1 billion to attack. He only needs 8. There it is.
Yep.
All right. Going in then to game 3 next.
Unfortunate loss there from ACU. Do we know what the third and final deck list is for
So the
Carleton?
third and final deck list is either
Oh, that's right. 'Cause
their own Thief Rogue or a Mozaki Mage.
my guess is probably a rogue. We'll have to see, though.
I'm gonna bet they have the Mage left.
Okay.
That's why we're saying something different.
That's fair.
All right, they're getting
What kind of
ready to
What
go
kind of
in.
mage was it again?
Mozaki Mage.
Mozaki mage.
And they're playing the Thief Rogue, so you're correct.
Haha.
Because they're not allowed to play. Since they aren't allowed to play their Warlock twice,
Yes.
they are in fact playing Thief Rogue. And ACU decided to switch it up with their Libram Paladin.
Interesting.
So we're going to see a little bit of a different play here, which I think is exciting. Libram Paladin, I think, has a little bit of an edge up on the Thief Rogue in this particular matchup.
I would think so too. Yeah.
Honestly, the Libram Paladin more consistent than the Rogue, where the Rogue can have some pretty sick swings, but the Libram Paladin is just fairly consistent and straightforward, and
Yes.
not a bad starting hand for them. They've got Carriel Roan ready to go to reduce the plethora of the three holy spells, but they'll likely pull another one from that night before then. Okay, so they dropped a Vanessa. Man,
That was fast.
they have ramped up rather rapidly. So they could go ahead and coin out Cario, and that would clear off the 4-2, but it's just going to be killed by the 2-3 or the 1-1 and the hero power swing.
They are okay.
But it does go ahead and gain the value of reducing the cost of the hand and the bigger Libram. The reality is you're probably going to make that Libram of Wisdom is likely to be free fairly quickly. But it does provide something on board that Thief Rogue has to deal with in some fashion.
Yeah. See what they do here.
So they're going to drop the hand of a doll that they stole. So Vanessa is an intriguing card because it generates a card from your opposing class, but it gives you some control over that. It's whatever the last card they played, you're going to get that, which can be really, really nice in certain situations.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We see the Banana Man.
Okay, not quite.
So, I think Banana Man and Knight of Anointment.
Okay.
And then next turn's probably a Stone. Well, it could be the Devout. It depends on what we see coming out here, if there's anything else. I expect a hero power here, and then Vanessa cleaning up the 2-2. One of the big things as Rogue is the Carleton team is really needing to ensure that they don't leave anything on the board. That's the major sin playing against Libram Paladin. If you leave anything on the board, then the next turn they will kill you with it.
Yes.
Your precious little 1/1 that you don't care about will suddenly be an 8/9 monster that is eating your face. Hiding behind a taunt with Divine Shield. Alright, yeah, so Vindicator here seems like a decent play. You're going to be able to drop at least 3 things on it, reducing the cost of your pupil significantly. They're thinking about the Iron Deep Troll alongside it here.
Okay.
So one of the things I kind of want to say, hold on the troll until you get something else, like a taunt in the way. You want to make them have to deal with a trog, by attacking it or by killing it immediately with one spell, because so there's a balance here, right? If they can kill it in one spell, then it's which making it the 4/4 I think is a brilliant plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means that you can't kill it with one spell, but they can throw and sacrifice minions into it, which may be what they're looking for. Interesting. So you ideally want another target that they can that they have to deal with something. So like I really like dropping a Trog alongside a Libram of Hope, where it's okay. Are you going to deal with this little Trog, or are you going to cast a spell to deal with my Libram of Hope and generate extra Trogs?
Yeah.
Now, Trog got a huge nerf early in this expansion. When Trog was first released, Trog was, when they play a spell, summon a copy of this. And that was... So you buffed that thing up significantly. Ooh, okay, we got a nice clear here. Blade Master, some Moreau, plus 2 Libram of Wisdoms.
Mm-hmm.
Will get you a complete board clear and a free Devout Pupil just for playing.
Nice. Very nice play there. Completely turns the board state.
So I'm trying to see what major swing opportunities they have. There's always, okay, there's Shadowcrafter, but like that's almost, so okay, there is a couple huge things about that. First of all, that does mean that we just lost both Libram of Wisdoms. Because they were sent back to the hand, they don't come back. The only way you're going to get them back now is from Lady Leandrin. And you'll get a handful from Lady Leandrin because you've played several.
Yeah.
I think right now you just take the opportunity to Libram of Hope.
It looks like...
Give me 8 health.
I would agree.
Give me 8 health. Give me an 8/8 with Divine Shield. We just saw the scabs, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to put them down my 4/5 because it's still free. And if they leave something up, you've got a Stonehearth Vindicator. I know what they're really hoping is they leave the 2. So they're clearly going to sacrifice 2 stealths here into the 8/8, I think. Ooh. No, they got a Coilfang Warlord, as you do. Right?
That is unfortunate.
And that will I think allow them to do a clear here. So, Samoro is 6. So, I think what you do here is you Stonehearth Vindicator. That's going to get you a noble mount. Or you Lightforged Carriel.
Because that'll clear everything, but and then we'll just leave the 5/7 at that point.
Yes, I like that. That's pretty. And you can theoretically take it out. So a broom, the 4/5, and face will clear off that 5/7. But that doesn't feel super great.
No.
But if you're going to take the damage anyways, because if you assume that they have a way to clear off your 4/5,
Which they probably do.
then you're going to take the 5 damage anyways. You're going to lose your 4/5 anyways.
Yeah. That is true. We'll have to see what they think here.
It looks like they're going to go for it.
Looks like it. It's only 5 damage, so.
It's only 3 damage. Remember that Lightforged Carriel, so it's all halved. Rounded up.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that part. Okay, that actually made that option way better than I thought it was. I forgot that it
All right, so we got a low-cost Edwin here. So Edwin doesn't work that way anymore, guys. That's an interesting choice. And that would have been a really brilliant play if that was an old Edwin. Maybe, I guess they were just trying to get the combo on the Wand Thief. The thing with that, so old Edwin was combo get +2/+2 for every card you play. So common thing to do is Edwin and Shadow Step Edwin, and that gives you a 6/6 right there.
Yeah.
With only 2 cards. All right, him loading up. This is actually kind of what you hoped to see, because so Banana Man. Or do you, let me think here. Noble Mount is a plus, I can't remember whether Noble Mount is +2 or +1.
I want to say +2. Hold on, I can check real quick.
Because you'd get a free Noble Mount from the Stonehearth Vindicator. Banana Man.
Oh, it's +1.
Okay, so then that's not helpful. So I think you want to Bannerman Samuro. Run him into one of the 3/3s, and then pick off the other one with your immovable object, and take 2 damage.
Nice.
And Lady Leandrin shows up and makes everyone happy because Lady Leandrin is going to give them all of their wisdoms back.
That's a big thing.
Does Edwin keep all of the things that you play if you keep them in your hand? Maybe he does. I don't know that I specifically realized that.
That is not okay.
Okay, this is fine. I think. So remember, he's only dealing 10 damage with that swing because we're taking half. They are out of cards. Okay, that's clever. They're going to pull out the Solarian so that if it dies, they have cards in their deck.
Wow.
Major swing. Okay. Let's see here. Barav. That's what we needed. Not Truth Seeker. We needed Barav.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how this survives. The True Seeker has Taunt. Vindicator would give it a Noble Mount, which gives it Divine Shield, because it's 1/1 and Divine Shield. So that survive that. Yeah, I think they're only out with pulling that Barav.
I think so.
Is there if they Leandrin, they could get they would get spells that let them draw, but at that point it's too late, isn't it?
Yeah, because they need 3 to play Barav.
Okay, this is clever. I think. So that puts a taunt in the way of this 22/22. And they just drew the Solarian. So either they have something to clear this with already, or they play Solarian and hope that there's something to clear it with.
I can't think of anything that they would have.
Yeah, so it's...
Oh.
So they discover a spell. They deal 7 damage to whom? To face. They keep some minions. They freeze a guy. They can cast a fireball or a fire spell. All right, ACU lives one more turn.
They forgot about the half damage, I think. Or wait,
no, that
on.
was random.
That was random. My bad. Yeah.
I mean, the half damage definitely saved them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
then there it is.
Well, no, that's
that's one damage. All right.
We got 1 life.
We're still alive. Not a noble horse. I don't want a noble mount. I want a Barav. Why can't I ever have anything nice?
Okay, so that's quite a few.
Okay.
Librams of Wisdom.
That is, but I don't think it's enough Librams of Wisdom. I don't think there's anything that they can do here. Like,
did they not use all the Librams of Wisdom? Okay.
no, they are, and they're going face and conceding.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That was an entertaining game.
Indeed. Man, that would have been a clutch Barav pull.
Yeah.
Just wasn't in the cards.
It's unfortunate.
All right, so that was our first ACU Hearthstone match this season. No worries that it was a loss on the first round. That just gives us more motivation to win future rounds.
Definitely.
And does not by any ways preclude us from moving ahead in tournaments and whatnot. So, with that said, stay tuned this week for Smash on Friday. Smash Weeklies are back. If you didn't tune in this last week, you definitely missed out. Tune back in this week for our Smash Weeklies on Fridays. I anticipate we're going to have other things. Rocket League is always in some sort of tournament. I don't know exactly what's going on right now, but absolutely always just rocking it. So like, subscribe, whatever it is you do on Twitch or YouTube or whatever you're watching it on.
Just press the buttons.
Yep, press all the buttons. Actually, that's not good security advice. But in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And in the meantime, go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats.
Now I have to find the ending button. There it is.
It's a good button.